Have you ever had the pleasure of experiencing the wonderful sensations of a golfer's elbow or a tennis elbow? Then stick around because I've got tips to help you out. You have a golfer's elbow when the tendons of your forearm, the attachment points on the inside of your elbow, are inflamed. If the attachments on the outside of the elbow are inflamed, then you have a tennis elbow. These two types of injuries are very common for golfers, especially golfers who train a lot. All the muscles that move your fingers and your wrists are located in your forearm. And when these muscles get overworked, you might get an inflammation of the tendons. And this injury can really persist for a very, very long time, causing a lot of pain, especially when you're hitting golf balls. Now, the reason that these muscles might be overworked is because you have too much tension in the golf swing. Maybe your grips aren't the right size for you and you're gripping down on that club too hard. Another thing that could be causing your elbow problems is the driving range. If you're practicing on a driving range mat, every time you hit the ground, there is a lot of vibration going into the fingers and into the forearms, and this can cause a slight irritation of the muscles and the tendons in your forearm. So my first tip is get to a grass tee and skip these driving range mats. But before we can start hitting some balls off of the softer turf that is on the grass tees, first it's important to start with a little bit of a stretch and a warm-up. If your muscles are cold, they are unable to absorb all the shocks that are in your golf swing. So let's start off by stretching the muscles in the forearm a little bit. If you put your palm up to the sky, arms stretched, and then push the fingers down. Now, if your forearms are hurting you, then you're definitely going to feel this stretch. I'm going to do the other side as well. Even though it's my right arm that has the problem, I don't want it to occur on my left side as well. Now we can also stretch it the other way. And just hold it for about 8 seconds. We don't want the muscle to completely relax, but we want to build up some tension and get the muscle ready for action. Right, a good idea is to also loosen up those wrists. By rotating the wrists like this, we loosen up the muscles in the forearm and get them ready for action. I always like to shake it out. Then we take a golf club, put them in an outstretched arm, and then just twist it. This will put a little bit of strain on the inside, alternating with the outside of the elbow. This also gets the muscles ready for action. Of course, we must not forget the other side. And it's not a bad idea to make sure that the whole chain is stretched up. So if you take your club, raise it above your head, maybe you can see how far backwards you can push your arms, and I can really feel the stretch inside my arms. I'm going to stretch my side and the side of my arm by dipping down and dipping down on the other side as well. If I take my club to the back, take it in both hands and try to lift it up. All right, now let's hit some balls. First off, with some nice practice swings, nice and easy. And you'll find that hitting balls off of the turf is a lot less demanding on your elbows. See, that didn't hurt a bit. A little bit chunky. If I would have done that on the range mat, then definitely that would have been a big vibration going into my arms. Now you might have noticed that I'm wearing a sleeve. Now this compression sleeve has actually been the biggest contributor to me dealing with my golfer's elbow. I've tried out a lot of these compression sleeves, and this one was actually the best because it's really, really tight. One of the symptoms of an inflammation in the muscles is that the body pushes extra fluids to that area, causing swelling in the muscle. Now a compression sleeve can help you get rid of all that excess fluid and also the waste products of the muscle. This compression sleeve helps press up all that fluid and those waste products up in the bloodstream so the body can get rid of it. The reason I've used this one for so long, and I've actually got this one in multiple colors, is because it's really, really tight, and you need that in order for the compression to really work. So if you get a compression shirt, that is not enough compression to actually help you with this injury. You need something that's really tight and that really helps those muscles push up that fluid and those waste products up into the bloodstream. The compression sleeve helps you decrease the level of fluid and the level of tension in the muscle, which is the cause of the problem in the first place. Too much tension inside that muscle. So I think a compression sleeve is a must for anybody who suffers from a golfer's or a tennis elbow. If you want to get the same compression sleeves as I use, of which I know they really actually work, then I'll make sure to post a link in the description below. So the solution to your golfing elbow problems is not quitting golf altogether. Make sure to skip the range mats, do a proper warm-up, and get yourself a good compression sleeve. This is the coach signing off. I'll see you in the next one.